Hello friends and welcome to Pendulum Video. Today we'll be discussing daily current affairs of 13 June 2020. So let's start the session. First news is 40th GST Council meeting concluded through video conferencing. So the 40th meeting of GST Council was concluded through video conferencing, and this meeting was chaired by Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman. In this meeting, the topic of lack of revenue to the council and compensation to the states was discussed. Talking about GST Council or Goods and Services Tax Council, it is a constitutional body. This is an important point, that GST Council, it is a constitutional body which is mentioned under Article 279A of the Indian Constitution. This body makes recommendations to the central and state government on issues related to goods and services tax. The council is headed by Union Finance Minister. So a question can also be asked that GST Council is headed by who among the following? So the correct answer will be Union Finance Minister. Now let's see a question related to the news. Under which article of the Indian Constitution GST Council is described? Article 279A, Article 110A, Article 100A, Article 200A. So the correct answer is option A, that is Article 279A. Moving to the next news, India Rankings 2020 for Higher Educational Institutes was released by Ministry of Human Resource Development. Recently, India Rankings 2020 for Higher Educational Institutions was released by HRD Minister Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank. And in this ranking, IIT Madras holds the overall ranking as well as the first position in engineering. Indian Institute of Management Ahmedabad, that is IIM Ahmedabad, is the highest in the management category, followed by Indian Institute of Sciences, that in Bengaluru. The All India Institute of Medical Sciences, New Delhi, that is AIIMS Delhi, remains the highest in the medical category for the third consecutive year. Miranda College ranks first among colleges for the third time in a row. Maulana Azad Institute of Dental College ranks first in the field of dental. Dental institutions were first included in the India Ranking 2020. The National Institutional Ranking Framework has provided this ranking based on several parameters such as teaching, learning, resources, research and business practice, etc. And this NIRF was established in 2015. Now moving to the question part, India's ranking 2020 for higher education institutions was released by Ministry of Human Resource Development. Which institute has been ranked first in the overall ranking? Miranda College, IIT Madras, Indian Institute of Sciences Bengaluru and Indian Institute of Management Ahmedabad. So the correct answer is option B, that is IIT Madras. IIT Madras has ranked first in the overall ranking. Moving to the next news, Indian Railways created a new world record by running the first high-rise double-stack container train. Recently, Indian Railways created a new world record by successfully running the first double-stack container train in high-rise in overhead equipment electrified territory of Western Railway, and it was successfully operated from Palanpur and Botad railway stations in Gujarat. This is the first of its kind in the world. It will also promote ambitious campaigns like Green India. Moving to the question part, recently the first high-rise double-stack container service with overhead equipment has successfully created a new world record by operating in which state? Rajasthan, Gujarat, Maharashtra and Karnataka. So the correct answer is option B, that is Gujarat. Moving to the next news, government gave advice for import and maintenance of foreign living species in the country, that is exotic species. Recently, the government has issued advisory for import and maintenance of foreign living species in the country. Exotic living species are those species of animals or plants that are moved from their place of origin to a new place. The Ministry of Environment, Forests and Climate Change has decided to collect stock information from the holders of such species by providing voluntary information over the next 6 months. The database of exotic animals will help in the control and management of animal diseases. Also, guidance will be available from time to time to ensure the safety of animals as well as humans. Moving to the next news, 95th annual plenary session of Indian Chamber of Commerce held in Kolkata, and the theme of this session was People, Planet and Profit. The 95th annual plenary session of the Indian Chamber of Commerce, it was addressed by the Prime Minister through video conference and has called for the opportunity to transform the challenges posed by COVID-19 to make India self-reliant or Atmanirbhar. Talking about Indian Chamber of Commerce, it is currently one of the most active and pioneer divisions in the country, and it was founded in 1925. Its headquarters are located in Kolkata. Now the question part, recently which annual session of Indian Chamber of Commerce was held in Kolkata? 95th, 85th, 75th and 50th. So the correct answer is option A, that is 95th. Moving to the next news, eminent soil scientist Ratan Lal was awarded the World Food Prize recently. The noted Indian-American soil scientist Ratan Lal has been awarded this year's World Food Prize. He has been given this award for conserving natural resources and increasing food production that mitigates climate change and develops a soil-centric approach. Ratan Lal will receive a prize of $2.5 million, and Ratan Lal is a professor at the prestigious University of Science and the founding director of the Center for Carbon Management and Victory at Ohio State University. Now the question part, but before that we should know about what is World Food Prize. It is an international award given to individuals who advance human development by improving the quality, quantity or availability of food in the world. They were founded in 1986 by General Foods Corporation. Now the question part, recently who has been conferred the World Food Award 2020? Ratan Lal, Madan Lal, Kishan Lal and Vishwas Rao. So the correct answer is option A, that is Ratan Lal has been conferred the World Food Award 2020. Next news is Madhya Pradesh government gave Divyang Anganwadi workers the status of Corona warriors. Recently, the Madhya Pradesh government has given the status of Corona warriors to Divyang Anganwadi workers. The Madhya Pradesh government has taken this decision in view of the significant contribution of Divyang Anganwadi workers during the ongoing Corona crisis in the state. They are distributing nutritious food from door to door of the beneficiaries. They are also advising people to avoid corona infection. Talking about Madhya Pradesh, the state ranks second in terms of area in the country after Rajasthan. The state capital is Bhopal. The chief minister of Madhya Pradesh is Shivraj Singh Chauhan and governor is Lalji Tandon. The state animal of the state is Barasingha, that is, the state animal of Madhya Pradesh is Barasingha. The state bird is Asian paradise flycatcher, that is Dudhraj. Now the question part, recently which state has given the status of Corona warriors to the Divyang Anganwadi workers? Kerala, Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh and Himachal Pradesh. So the correct answer is option B, that is Madhya Pradesh. Moving to the next news. June 12, World Day Against Child Labour. World Day Against Child Labour is celebrated every year on 12 June. World Day Against Child Labour 2020 focuses on the impact of the crisis on child labour and the crisis being impact of COVID-19. Therefore, the theme of 2020 is COVID-19, protect children from child labour now more than ever. This year, World Day is organized as a virtual campaign and is organized in association with the Global March Against Child Labour and the International Partnership for Cooperation in Child Labour in Agriculture. The day was established in 2002 by the International Labour Organization, and as we know that every one child in 10 child suffers from is facing child labour, and the maximum we can say the child labour, 1/5 of total child labour in the world exists in African region. So we need to take care of this, that the child labour should be prevented, should be prohibited. Therefore, this World Day Against Child Labour is being celebrated. Now the question part, World Day Against Child Labour is observed on which day every year? 10 June, 14 June, 12 June and 5 June. So the correct answer is option C, that is 12 June. And on 5 June we celebrate World Environment Day, and this year's theme for 2020 was celebrating biodiversity. Celebrating biodiversity. Moving to the next news. Annual International Religious Freedom Report issued by the US Department of State. The Annual International Religious Freedom Report has recently been released by the US State Department. This report is prepared by the US Commission on International Religious Freedom (USCIRF), which is an independent bipartisan commission. It covers the status of religious freedom, religious beliefs and practices of different groups, religious sect of individuals and their religious freedom. This report is a survey of the status of religious freedom worldwide. Nicaragua, Nigeria and China were cited as negative examples. In China, state-sponsored repression against all religions is intensified. And in China, there is one community, Uyghurs, which is basically a Muslim community, and these are exploited and these are repressed by China, and therefore this becomes important. A question can be asked regarding Uyghurs. Status of India as per report. So the report noted changes in the status of Jammu and Kashmir. That is, first it was a state and then the status of Jammu and Kashmir was changed to a union territory. Citizenship Amendment Act and the National Citizen Register. At the same time, this report also includes ignoring issues of religiously motivated mob violence, lynching and communal violence. Apart from this, the report has also taken note of Supreme Court's decision on Babri Masjid and the restriction of some women entering the Sabarimala temple in 2018. Moving to the next news, Niti Aayog supported the imposition of border adjustment tax on imports. Recently, Niti Aayog has supported the imposition of border adjustment tax on imports. The purpose of this tax is to provide an equal opportunity to domestic industries. Whenever a country imposes taxes on imports or exports, it is basically done to protect the domestic industry to provide economic stability. This suggestion has been taken in view of the United States and China trade tensions, and the border adjustment tax is one such tax in addition to the customs duty to be charged at port entry. It is proposed to be levied on imported goods. So this is the tax which is levied on the goods apart from customs duty at the port entry, and it is a fiscal measure. Now the question part, in addition to the customs duty to be levied on port entry, the tax levied on import goods is known as dash, cess, indirect tax, border adjustment tax, goods and services tax. So the correct answer is option C, that is border adjustment tax. Moving to the next news, QS World University Rankings was released recently. The 7th edition of the QS World University Rankings has been released. It is an annual publication of university rankings by the British company Quacquarelli Simons, which ranks higher education institutions around the world on the following 6 grounds. 6 parameters are considered: academic reputation, employer reputation, faculty-student ratio, citations per faculty, international faculty ratio, international student ratio. Massachusetts Institute of Technology USA, MIT USA, has topped this ranking, and India's 3 institutions have been in the top 200. There are 3 institutions of India in the top 200. These are the Indian Institute of Technology, that is IIT Bombay, at 172nd position, followed by the Indian Institute of Sciences Bengaluru, that is ISC Bengaluru, at 185th position, and IIT Delhi at 193rd position. However, all 3 institutions have fallen in their rankings compared to last year. Now the question part, QS World University Rankings are issued on the basis of which of the following standards? Employer reputation, faculty-student ratio, citations per faculty, and all of the above. So the correct answer is option B, that is all of the above. That is the standards which are considered while calculating the rank: employer reputation, faculty-student ratio, citations per faculty. These all are part of that standards. Now the next news, Nature Index 2020 compiled by Nature Research released. The Nature Index 2020 compiled by Nature Research has been released recently, and this index is a database of information on published research articles from an independently selected group of 82 high-quality science journals. This database is compiled by Nature Research. The Chinese Academy of Sciences in Beijing topped the Nature Index 2020 annual tables list. There are 3 institutions of India among the top 30 selected top 30 institutions. These institutions are the Indian Association for the Cultivation of Science, Kolkata, which ranks 7th, Jawaharlal Nehru Center for Advanced Scientific Research, Bengaluru, which is at 14th position, and SN Bose National Center for Basic Sciences, Kolkata, which is at 30th position. In this list, Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, that is CSIR, is ranked 160th, and the Indian Institute of Sciences, Bangalore, is at 184th position. Now the question part. Which country's institute has been ranked highest in the Nature Index 2020 recently compiled by Nature Research? China, India, US and Canada. So the correct answer is option A, that is China. So friends, here we have comprehensively covered daily current affairs and related question of 13 June 2020. I hope you all are following this session and you are gaining a lot from it. You can also read these current affairs in Hindi and English from our website pendulumedu.com, and you can also attempt quizzes and you can read various study materials, and also you can join our Telegram channel and subscribe to our channel Pendulum Edu, and do not forget to press the bell icon to receive notification. Keep preparing well. Thank you so much.